Would you be willing to leave your environment or some relationships if they are holding you back from achieving your desire? Living the unleashed life is hindered when your energy level drops because you are no longer in an optimal state. You stop actively paying attention to your desires. You stop believing they are divine gifts. You stop looking for God's work around you to bring them about. You settle into a monotonous cycle of busy work and reactions to stimulus around you. There are disciplines that can help, and I've shared those in previous episodes, but sometimes you'll find that the internal ritual and discipline alone are not enough to combat the external environment that you are in. When this is the case, you must change your environment. I can say this with confidence that my wife and I, even if we had known the order of creation, the process by which all our desires come to pass, and had known how to apply it to our lives, had we stayed in the environment where we were before we moved to Houston, we would not have been able to bring about many of our new desires. It's not because the environment was evil or unloving. In fact, our community loved us. They wanted to see us succeed. They taught us so much about God and His love for us, and they gave us great leadership and management opportunities. It was the more subtle religious undertones that would have held us back. We were taught to question our desires. Things like, is this a good idea or a God idea? Rarely an encouragement to go full bore toward our desires. In fact, it was considered selfish to pursue your own desires. God would only bring about your desires by putting Him and the community first. It was believed that God would only respond to hard work and sacrifice. If good things were not happening, it was because you weren't working hard enough or because someone was sinning. I didn't realize it at the time, but we could not make the bold moves we needed to make with that kind of weight hanging over our heads. To fully embrace the unleashed life, we needed a different environment. Now, maybe you're in the same situation. Your living situation, your job, your community, even being so close to your family. Is your environment constantly bringing you back to a diminished state? It's actually easier to shift your state from the outside in than from the inside out. What that means is that all of your internal work, your disciplines to try and shift your state, can be easily undone by a poor environment. But an uplifting environment can amplify all of your internal work. I only realized it one Sunday at Lakewood Church. It had been a difficult week. I was considering throwing in the towel on one of my dreams, but the atmosphere picked me up. The faith of everyone in the room lifted me into a better state. Pastor Joel delivered a simple message reminding me that God was in my corner, that God was already working to bring about my desire. I left that church service on a cloud, full of energy. Capitalizing on the opportunity, I sat down over lunch and journaled about my desires on a fresh sheet of paper. The environment set up for me a week in an optimal state, moving me toward my desires. We've seen the same thing happen in our coaching community. We run a 5-day challenge every once in a while, and it's amazing the stories we hear from people who complete the challenge. Their lives are absolutely transformed. Many leave the challenge and do things they never believed they were capable of. The environment transformed them. So how do you know if the environment is a good one? Maybe you're considering a new church or a mastermind or a new country club. What are the marks of an uplifting environment? Well, of course, pay attention to how you feel. If you leave the environment in a better state than you came in, it's likely a good environment for you. But if you're looking for a good litmus test, pay close attention to the stories that are being shared and celebrated. What is the catalyst for change in the stories that are being shared? If the focus is on hard work and self-effort or on some major sacrifice that the heroes made, you're going to find the environment is heavy. You'll likely walk away feeling discouraged. If the catalyst for change that is shared is something spiritual, excitement about their desires, faith through resistance, a revelation about some way God was working behind the scenes, some system or person they discovered that God put in their path, something like that, then you'll find the environment charged with energy and excitement. You'll likely walk away in a heightened state. I know it's not easy to think about, but be willing to leave your environment if it is robbing you of your optimal state. Surround yourself with stories about God's faithfulness and His undeserved favor working in people's lives. Before you know it, you'll be expecting it to happen for you as well. I hope this episode has been a benefit to you. If so, make sure to like and subscribe so that you get more videos just like this one. Have a great week, and we'll see you in the next episode. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You know, great businesses and great leaders are built using effective communication. For more, go to speakingschool.com, grab my Elite Business Success Toolkit for free just for trying out our Speaking School membership. That's speakingschool.com. See you next time.